Good day, everyone.
We are from Litrato De Papel.
Today, we are glad to demonstrate
how we produce our one-of-a-kind products.
I'm Christine Lino.
I am Vincent Pedrosa.
I'm Stephen Blas,
I'm Iro Miranda, and we are
our
BSA students of Southville International School and Colleges. So, stay tuned.
Before we start, these are the materials that you will be needing in order to do this project. Number one is used paper, or you can also use an old newspaper. A blender in breaking down the paper. A flat iron, but this is optional. A silk screen in molding the paper. And for the last one, a towel in order to dry the paper. So for the first procedure, this is all about preparing the paper. You can use a scissors in order to break down the paper into smaller pieces. This will help the blender in breaking it down more into becoming a paper pulp. You can use your hands in tearing the paper. As you can see on what I am doing here. And after you use your old paper, you can also put in your old newspaper. The next step that you will do is to submerge the paper into water in order for it to soften. This will help the blender to break it down into paper pulp. After you've done all that, this will be your product.
Hi guys, I will be the one to demonstrate the next procedure, which is blending. So basically, it is self-explanatory. Ta-da! But I will want to remind you of the do's and don'ts so that if you do this by yourself, you achieve the desired results. So of course, our main raw material is old or used paper. First reminder is don't recklessly put the whole paper inside the blender. Second, don't put crumpled paper. Both of them might negatively affect the blending process. Accordingly, you must stir the paper into smaller portions using your bare hands. Or, you may also use scissors. It actually depends on your preference as long as you follow the right procedure. Yeah, it's a little bit windy here because the electric fan is nearly behind me. I need it though because it's hot. Sorry for that, guys. So this is how you cut a paper. Just kidding. After that, you can now throw them in the blender. Of course, I will not waste your time, so I prepared many of them cutted already. Ta-da! Oh, but before that, you must put water after a handful of papers. This will give us a mixture of a slightly dissolved papers and will eventually help us in crushing the papers easily. There you go. I hope you can see the water. Epic fail. Wait, let me repeat that. Take 2. Nah, put some water first. Ten-ta-ra-ran. There. I know you can clearly see the water now. So yeah, let's put more. Oof! Again, water. Now, you need to fill the blender with plenty of water. It is up to you on how you are going to measure the amount of water, but another tip is more water, much better. There. Now we can do the blending. Charan! Using any blender, turn it on to medium or to number 2. You must blend it for 20 to 30 seconds.
One eternity later.
Charan! So for the next procedure, let's call on Stephen.
Hello guys, Stephen here. So before I proceed to the next step, of course, I did the necessary things to be done, as you can see on the video, which was presented to you by Ira earlier. The next step is for you to get the right container that is bigger than the silk screen that you have, because we will be putting it inside of the container that I will be showing you later on. Let us fill the container with water. Now, when it comes to the amount of water, there is really no specific measurement for it. As long as the silk screen will float onto it, as you can see, that will be fine already. So let's put the paper pulps from the blender onto the silk screen to mold them. We have to level the paper pulps using our fingers so that the output, or the paper itself, will be smooth enough to be used for printing. Lift the silk screen with paper pulps and place it on a towel to maintain the dryness of the area you're in. Cover the silk screen with the other half of the towel, or you may use another towel for it. After that, get a sponge and gently pat the towel to flatten the paper pulp. Remove the towel and get at least 3 sheets of a kitchen tissue and place it on the flattened paper pulps one at a time. After doing such a step, let us flip the silk screen because it's time to detach the molded paper pulp from the silk screen. And there you have it. We were able to make a molded paper pulp.
For the last step, we are going to use our recycled paper for printing. After waiting for a day, our paper is finally dry. I am going to print the logo of Litrato De Papel on this new paper. I removed the excess parts of the paper for it to fit the picture frame. And tada! We are done! We were able to make homemade paper from recycled materials.